Oh, Collingwood player pushed him back, but the mark allowed to Mackay.
Whoa!
Mackay now shorts one out to Peter Jones, and he's got it and plays on. Oh, this is dangerous for Collingwood. It's only a point the difference, and they're in front.
Jesselenko!
And away they go. Jesselenko plays on with the ball. Kicks it high. Robbie Walls is there. Comes to the ground. Kicked off the ground by Collingwood. Out of bounds in the forward pocket. 1 point the difference.
Time, Michael.
22 and a half minutes coming up. 22 and a half minutes coming up on the 1970 grand final at the MCG. There they go. Jackson comes through. Jackson's after Cunningham's after him. Jackson snaps it around. Eakins' mark was the inside the boundary line. Doesn't really matter.
Outside on the ball.
He'll still get the kick. Peter Eakins of Collingwood. They go along the outer flank there. 120,000 people or more. Up they go. Crosswell from behind. Couldn't pull it down. But Crosswell batters up. Cudman's after him. Crosswell tries to punch the ball away. Puts it over the boundary line. On the half-forward flank for Carlton on that outer side.
Point the difference.
The last half it's been Carlton coming back from the depths of despair. What a great job all these boys have done. Nichols gets a tap down. Twiggy done.
Oh,
there'll be another ball up. Another ball up, still on that half-forward flank for Carlton on the outer side. There's the bounce, Big Nichols is there, Dunn goes with him, Dunn gets a tap down. Collingwood Rovers, where are they? Lee Adamson dives on top of the ball, there could be another ball up.
They're dog-tired, every one of them.
They're doing it from memory, these boys. Up they go, Dean just takes it in the pack. But the free kick is going to Nichols of Carlton. Nichols, he's a long way out. Would want to kick this 80 yards.
Couldn't get the distance.
Well, you wouldn't think so.
He's going to give it a hell of a try.
My word, he is, Teddy. Big John, a great player, puts his boot into it. Oh, it's gone across the face of goals. Up they go. Crosswell from behind. Trying to pull. The ball driven out of danger. But Sergio Silvani for Carlton comes through. Silvani drives down forward. It's almost in the goal square. Mark Lee Adamson of Collingwood comes out. Tries a hand pass. Jesselenko's there. Jesselenko hooks it around across the face of goals. They're racing after it, but over the line she goes. In Carlton's forward pocket on the outer side. Wait for the throw in. There it goes. Dunn and Nichols. Nichols knocks it away. Who'll get the ball? Waters of Collingwood's after it. He runs into trouble. Could be a ball up.
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball.
Ball in possession.
24 and a half.
Oh, too high. Too high.
Super.
24 and a half minutes gone. Crosswell with it. Crosswell's kicked one. He's only 40 yards out. If that, 35 to 40 yards out. On a slight angle. Brent Crosswell. It's on its way. It looks pretty good. Carlton in front. It's a goal. Carlton in front.
Oh, what a finish.
Putting the time on.
Can the Magpies come back?
Putting the time on. 25 minutes gone.
Oh, look at this. There's runners running everywhere. Players have lifted themselves again everywhere.
There they go, the bounce of the ball. Jones gets the knock away. Through they come. Waiter's there, he runs into trouble. A chance for Conbritt to pick up. Crosswell's after him. Britta's bundle over and Britt gets the free kick.
Hurd is on for Collingwood.
Hurd is on.
Screening off.
Right, Britt takes his kick down forward. They move in for it. Up they go. Ah, yes. Mulcair, 2 bites, and he's taken an arc. The kick now goes into the centre of the MCG, over the centre. The players set themselves and Jenkins is marked for Collingwood. Oh, don't do it. Jenkins now goes wide. He's out there looking for Dean, and Dean is marked for Collingwood. Don't tell me Rosie's going to go down again so closely. What a fight back by the Blues. Dean now, a long one down forward. They come out to meet it. Oh, Robertson's got the mark. But he gets away with it, Ian Robertson. Ian Robertson kicks to the half-back flank on the member stand side now. They're racing for it. Pennell can't get the run of the ball. Britt is after him. Over the line they go. There'll be a throw-in.
Oh, are they tired, Mike?
A throw-in on the half-forward flank for Collingwood on the member stand side. Big Hurd comes in there. Ball taken by Gill. It gets it across to Jones. Jones of Carlton up to the wing position. Oh, Mark. A chance for Wayne Richardson. He picks up a short one. Yes. Price is marked for Collingwood. Now Price of Collingwood steadying down. He's going for the lead from McKenna. McKenna goes up. He's trying it.
Play on!
Oh, play on. Play on is the call. Up towards centre-half forward for Carlton now. Through comes Jesselenko. Jesselenko, a left footer. There's nobody there.
Look at this!
It's bounced through.
You wouldn't believe this, honestly. That's Jesselenko's third goal. And Collingwood players holding hands to their heads as the time is getting away from them now. They're 11 points down. An amazing finish by Carlton, and they've got this grand final one.
Oh, you wouldn't see anything better anywhere in the world, Butch, as far as excitement and highlights and tremendous sportsmen are concerned.
27 and a half minutes gone. Butch Gale.
Ricky Watt with the ball in the centre of the ground. Is there time? McKenna comes out. Hall punches away. A grand finish by Hall. Brett in there working hard, surrounded by Carlton players. Oh, they're just too disciplined. The kick going up to the flank. And O'Callaghan drops the mark. He plays on again. Shorts one into the centre. Price has it. He plays on. He's in trouble. Right across the centre. Still looking desperately for McKenna. A chance for Twiggy Dunn. No, beautiful mark. Oh, what a great finish. Boy, these fellas have got hearts as big as themselves.
You can say that again, Butch. What's the 28 minutes, Mike?
There's Mackay's kick in towards the centre wing now. Up goes Deacon, no mark. Look at that, players hurt. Down it comes to Wayne Richardson. He gets a left foot kick in towards full forward again. Players are surrounded there. Comes down onto the ground and it's a free kick to Dunn.
28 and a half minutes gone in the final quarter of the 1970 grand final. Carlton have come from a mile behind. No other way to describe it.
You wouldn't want to have a crook heart, would you?
Twiggy Dunn has kicked 2 goals, and he would be 40 yards out, directly in front. He kicks. Oh, it's swinging off. What a player. 1 point. 1 point.
It's all over for Magpies again, Mike. No worries in the world about that now. They just haven't got the time.
Taking time to kick in again now. They're looking for Rassi, still desperately worried about this. But I wouldn't be worried if I was him. Down to Crane. His kick up towards the half-forward flank. Adamson and Jackson. Jackson racing for it. Adamson beats him to it this time. Jackson pulls him to the ground and the ball goes over for a throw-in.
Free kick going to Adamson.
Sorry, Adamson's free.
29 and a half minutes gone.
Oh, it's got to go any second, Michael. Half a minute to play, I reckon.
Fantastic. There's the kick now, down to the half-forward flank. A mark to Gallagher. There's the silence. Carlton are premiers, and look at one of us is surrounded. Carlton are premiers, and our commiserations to Bob Rose of Collingwood. It's happened again to him, and nobody could be sorrier for Bob Rose than the 3 of us up here. It's all over. Yes. Carlton got up in the dying stages. Oh, Butch Gale, a fantastic comeback. They were gone to the world at half-time. But they kicked 7 goals in 10 and a half minutes in the first quarter, and Carlton have won the grand final of 1970 here on the MCG. So we have a look at that scoreboard. 14-17, 101 Collingwood. Carlton 17-9, 111.
I've just had a late night pizza.
Hard to sell those. Very, very difficult to sell.
It's a bit late.
Ted's had a midnight pizza. Fantastic. Just on those stats, and you and Ozzy were talking during the break about handball. Well, let's go back to that clash of 1970. What did they tell you?
Oh, well, you know, the great myth is that handball in the back line, that won the game, you know, all this dare, etc. But if you actually look at the game, and, you know, our viewers have had that opportunity this evening, you'll notice that actually the handball generated in the back line did not result in a scoring opportunity for Carlton. Collingwood blocked it off at the half-back line, basically, for them. Really what made the difference was Carlton's kicking improved and some spectacular aerial work from the Mackays, the Croswells, Sid Jackson. Even towards the end, Nichols had a dog of a day for 3 quarters. Then he started sort of really hauling them down, Jones. So, you know, good contested marks and good kicking won the game for Carlton as far as I'm concerned. And the number of effective handballs that Collingwood had, the number of effective handballs that Carlton had more than Collingwood on the day was 16. Now that's nothing in terms of football, is it? No.
I think the game's really gone through a bit of a trend, whereas there was a period there when everyone got handball crazy. Yeah. And now, we all know most modern-day footballers and in the old days as well could kick a ball 50 metres or yards in those days. And if you can kick a ball that far, why handball? It's
interesting how the wheels turn, isn't it?
Look, the idea of handball now, and it does, originate from people like Teddy Whitten and Polly Farmer and Barassi, these great players that started it off, who set you up, to dispose of the ball better with a kick. And that's, I think, where it's heading now. The idea of handball is creative, but it's to distribute the ball to a player in a better position. Or, when you're under the hammer, you've got to handball it, so you're trying to just get that split second to your teammate to be able to sort of take a better option.
Boys, I'm glad you mentioned Teddy Whitten, the late, great Teddy Whitten, because for Bulldog fans, for Footscray fans, I should say, that includes our erstwhile floor manager, Wayne the Master Fostanelli, who's been a Bulldogs fan now for just on 72 years. Amazing achievement. So he was probably there in 1954, but let's give you something to enjoy. Back to the 1954 grand final, and our commentators, Lou Richards, and the man who actually played in it, Teddy Whitten.
On a brilliant sunny day in front of 80,000 people, Footscray win their first premiership ever.
And the umpire that day, Lou, was Jack McMurray Jr., and that incidentally was his fourth grand final. And what a day it was for everybody. You said a nice sunny day. I tell you what, those players were primed for the occasion.
Ted, as a player yourself for 4 years, you must have been terribly thrilled, not only for yourself, but for the rest of the team.
It was a magnificent thrill, the greatest thrill in my football career. You notice Charlie Sutton there, Lou. He went through with Donny Ross to open up the start in the first quarter. There's Peter Box there, just been put down. Hit him, Charlie.
Well, Charlie went after Lance Arnold that time. You see him number 10. There we see Jack Collins. He must have been a great full forward on that grand final.
He was a magnificent footballer right through his career. He equalled the grand final record that year, kicking 7 goals. And a great player, very on his day, unbeatable. You notice right, Ronnie McCarthy there. There's Ross again, and Dave Bryden, a great ruckman, with Collins taking another sensational mark over Lance Arnold.
Well, Collins, of course, on that day created or equalled a league record by kicking 7 goals in the grand final. So that was another finder, but you can see the crowd there, and of course the crowds over the years haven't changed, and the Bulldogs certainly must have captured the imagination of the Footscray supporters with that great win.
I think Footscray closed down. You notice going through very hard there is Kenny Melville, 38 for Melbourne. Now Stewie Spencer with Melbourne has the ball. Notice all the drop kicking and stab passing in this game, Lou. Here goes Roger Duffy, a magnificent half-forward flanker, high flyer, kicked a lot of goals for Footscray. That was a year that those players will never, ever forget their only premiership win. Peter Box, Brownlow medalist in 56. There goes Sutton again. Get in there and give it to him again. Onto his left boot, Charlie, and Collins, of course, putting Arnold into the crowd.
Well, they certainly played it with a tough feeling. Footscray, there's no doubt about that. It's Donny Ross again. He played a magnificent. I think he played in the centre that match.
He did. And Peter Box played a centre half forward.
And there we see number 4, Christie. But there's a player that we gave you at Collingwood. That's Harvey Stevens, I should say, in the ruck. And what a great year he had that season.
Roger Duffy kicking another goal there, but Harvey Stevens, Lou, finished 4th in the Brownlow medal in 54 to the eventual winner, Roy Wright. There's a quarter-time scores. Footscray 6-3, 39 to Melbourne 1-4-10.
Well, that's how it went all day, Ted, because they were never headed Footscray, and they were too fast all day for the Demons. And, of course, I don't know whether you know this, but you'd know it, Ted. Possibly a lot of our viewers may not know this, but after being defeated by Footscray, the Demons went on to win 5 of the next 6 grand finals.
Yes, they did, and unfortunately, Footscray lost a lot of players after 54. They were cleared away to other clubs and to interstate and country, but it certainly was a great win.
And there's a good mark taken there again. I think that's by Ted Whitten himself. And Ted, you look a little bit different to what you are today with a short back and side.
I think we all look a little bit different today, but I played on a guy called Jeff McGibbon, a very hard and tough footballer, but always had a lot of good battles with him. Peter Box from centre half forward again, putting the ball up into attack. But by G. Lou, they had some good players, Footscray. There's Herb Henderson there, number 25. Now, this is a guy that kept John Coleman, the great John Coleman, down to 4 goals each time he played on him. And Johnny Kerr was a great... There goes Dougie Reynolds now. Look at this fella go.
I think they speeded up the camera for Dougie there. And we see Charlie Sutton, my old opponent there, kick a goal. And, of course...
Well, you know how tough he was.
Well, Charlie was an inspiring leader. We see the centre bounce. There's a very famous number 1 for Melbourne there, Dennis Cordner, who turned out to be one of the best ruckmen the league's ever seen, Ted.
He was a great player, an unorthodox kick of the ball, but he certainly knew how to handle that big knock away from the centre. Ron McCarthy again onto his left boot, being chased by Barassi. Down there is Christie in the goal square for Melbourne. And Footscray get another point on the board. There goes Reynolds there, and Case of Melbourne chasing with Ralph Lane, who is now a member of the Victorian Football League executive and doing a great job. Alan Martin, a half-back flanker, number 19, going in there for the ball for Footscray. Wally Donald helping out. And, of course, Albiston, number 6 of Melbourne. Half-time scores, you can see there. Is that the half-time scores?
That is, Ted, the half-time scores. And incidentally, Melbourne did have an excuse, Ted, because they claimed they had 5 of their star players out in Peter Marquis, Mackenzie, Trevor Johnson, Laidlaw and Ridley.
Don't make excuses. That was our year. That was a Bulldogs year in 54. Sutton had us primed and we were ready to take on anybody that year, and that's how it finished. We doubled the score, and you notice this kick of Ron Stockman's here right now. He's only 25 metres out.
And Ron Stockman's the sort of bloke, when he used to go back for his kick, he used to yell out to his teammates, spread out. There's Stockman's style. It's magnificent. Now look at that for a kick.
He did go for a short pass, I know, on that occasion, but Harvey Stevens was a bit slow out of the box. There goes Stewie Spencer.
And what a great player he turned out to be.
Come over from Tasmania, and a magnificent footballer. Harvey Stevens showing pace here.
Ted, did Peter Box he didn't win his Brownlow medal that year, did he?
No, he won the Brownlow medal in 56. Incidentally, there goes Jeff Collins, number 8 for Melbourne. He was the captain of the Demons in that year. He won it in 56, Lou, and Don Ross won Footscray's best and fairest year. He won the medal.
And the best player on the ground in this grand final is my old sparring partner again, Charlie Sutton.
The late Brian Gilmore,
yes.
Too. Lou played a great game that year.
Back in the centre again, you see Cordner going for the knockout, and once again he won that one, but Harvey Stevens certainly gave him plenty to work on all day because he was a very good player. My golly, Charlie Sutton, as old as he was in those days, is playing pretty well, Ted.
He did well. He sat in the forward pocket alongside Jack Collins, having an occasional run on the ball, and he certainly made his presence felt. There's another great mark by Jack Collins right on the goal line. Now, you watch when Jack kicks this ball. It's a great shot for young footballers today. The legs straight, the taut instep, as we have all heard about. Now, just watch this, the taut instep of the leg. Didn't have time to see it.
That's right, but incidentally, if you look at Jack Collins in that picture before,
beautiful,
he's certainly changed in stature, hasn't he?
Haven't we all? There goes a knock from the centre once more. Peter Box involved, and going through hard, Ron Stockman once more. It says Charlie once more, going through hard, McGibbon, and Charlie looking for a free kick and getting it from Jack McMurray.
Well, Charlie had this had the happy knack of umpiring again. He used to bluff the umpires, and I think Jack McMurray, as Ted said before, umpiring his 4th grand final, 3/4 time scores. He could bluff anyone, Charlie. He was very good at doing that. Incidentally, Ted, it was the 8th time Footscray had made the finals, and they were the first of the new association clubs to win a flag.
Yeah, it was a magnificent thrill for all concerned. In 51, when I started, Charlie had just taken over as coach, and we made the finals against Essendon, but that was the finish of it. We went out in the first semi, but 54, he'd built up. He had some good young players there, and in 54 they all come to fruition, and they won the flag for him. And by gee, he was a pretty proud man that day, Charlie. There's young McLean, the late Ian McLean, who played for Melbourne on the wing, being chased by Ronnie McCarthy. And of course, going in hard once more down there is Albiston of Melbourne, doing a bit of a weave from Wally Donald, the back pocket and vice captain there. Ralph Lane's in there once more, and it was a hard-fought game just the same, Lou. There goes Doug Reynolds once more. This is a nice piece of football. You'll see him take a handball back here, and eventually the ball bounces back into his arms, and he puts it through on his left boot. We could do anything in the last quarter.
Well, you could, because when everything's going your way, let's say luck, and you've got your confidence up, it's very hard to throw. But it was certainly a great win for Footscray, and you must have celebrated pretty well that night, Charlie.
Well, call me Ted. We had a big reception out of the Footscray Town Hall. Johnny Kerr, a great player in that grand final.
Best player on the ground that day.
No doubt about that. And there goes Brian Gilmore once more. Yes, we had a big mirror reception at the Town Hall, and back to the rooms. Hector Lacey, the late Hector Lacey, told all the Footscray supporters to bring their own glass. There must have been 25,000, or there was no grog.
Well, I can recall in those days the crowd running onto the ground, and mainly Footscray supporters. I think that Footscray in that particular year had 11,000 members, but a great win to Footscray, 1954, the first premiership for that club, and as I mentioned before, the first of the new association clubs to win a VFL flag. A great effort, and congratulations. We wish we could turn the clock back.
Tonight, wild animals helpless to man's grief. But 6:30, a story of hope as 2 adult apes return to the wild with their newly born. Jaruni, the singing ape, a touching world around us special.
Then at 7:30, it's a new doctor's first day facing a village in crisis.
Sounds like you're preparing for war.
But when the battle begins, it's Nick's job on the line.
He'll be pressing charges.
Heartbeat, 7:30 tonight on 7.
Someday we'll all be together once more.
When all of the ships come back to the shore,
I realize something I've always known. Still calls Australia home.
Case IH offers successful mixed farmers the range of integrated technologies to improve viability today and sustainability for the future. Tractors, tillage, seeders, mowers, balers, Case Credit Finance and a strong national dealer network. Case IH Mixed Farming Systems. A better return on investment because they work for life.
These are the contenders for the Mitsubishi Motors Mark of the Year. Mark number 1, Tony Motra. Mark number 2, Daniel Harford. Mark number 3, Stuart Lowe. Mark number 4, Blake Carosella. Mark number 5, Adrian Fletcher. You could win a magnificent Mitsubishi Magna Executive V6 by recording your vote for the Mitsubishi Mark of the Year. The winning nominee and player will be announced at the end of the grand final.
Get into running, walking or aerobics at Joggers World Giant Stock Liquidation Sale. Out they go. Nike Air Cruise were $95, now only $79. Joggers World has a scoop purchase of closing down stock from another Adelaide store. Joggers World, 123 Perry Street, City.
What's it going to take to undo this much damage?
About 3 minutes.
Introducing Pantene's breakthrough deep fortifying treatment.
Deep conditioning used to take me at least 20 minutes.
Pantene is so intensive, it works in just 3. This extra conditioning pro-vitamin B5 formula fortifies by deeply penetrating your hair, root to tip, leaving it looking healthy and shiny.
It's deep conditioning without the weight.
New Pantene deep fortifying treatment for hair so healthy, it shines.
Why wait?
Now in cinemas everywhere, Hercules. Disney's legendary new movie adventure has inspired the creation of McDonald's epic new burger. Colossus. Layers of beef and melting cheese topped with rashers of sizzling smoked bacon. McDonald's Colossus Burger. The stuff legends are made of.
I got my scarf, got my old coat. I got a game to go.
Welcome back. Some good times there, wasn't it? 1954 for then Footscray. Now, of course, the Western Bulldogs have had a pretty trying couple of weeks one way or the other. Interesting enough, boys, I just had a call from Mrs. Madden to say that her son Justin saw the sandwiches on camera and he's on his way in.
Is that a hardball get?
Oh, I think that's one of the understatements of the year, Ted. I don't want to go into that any further at the moment. In fact, I'd like to turn the clock forward from night, so we look forward to Justin. One can only hazard a guess how he'll be dressed when he arrives at this hour of the morning. From 1954 to 1994, now, Aussie, you were part of this one. I'm talking about the first qualifying final between the Dogs and the Cats. Do you remember it well? Because I think you were going to be the king of the West, and in the end I had Billy Brownless, the king of Geelong.
I do remember that game, Sandy. We were about 8 goals down at quarter time from memory. We almost stole the game from Geelong with about 30 seconds to go. Billy's kicked a goal, that siren's gone. Actually, he kicked the ball after the siren, and they won it, so another one that slipped away.
All right, then. Well, we won't preempt too much. Well, in fact, we've preempted everything, haven't we? But let's go back in time now to that qualifying final and have a look at Footscray and Geelong in 1994.
So here we go, final quarter.
here at the MCG under lights. 2-point margin favouring the Cats. And a bounce that favours Barnes, but he doesn't get an effective swat on it. Stanfield couldn't quite take advantage of it. And O'Reilly kicks it up towards Brownless at half forward. Couldn't take it cleanly. Southern gets caught. Look at Liberatore. Bairstow now, a chance. Going up towards full forward. Abbott's going to have to give a push. Over the back it goes and one behind.
Well played, Steve Credihook then.
Yep, got in front.
So Gary Ablett tends to favour that wrestling for possession or for a mark, and Credihook's got plenty of strength, and he's finding it difficult, Ablett, to break the stranglehold of Credihook.
Rowan Smith, a beautiful kick to Steve Wallace. They've got the loose man going here. Daddy Southern, oh look, he's in trouble, but he gets away. He's doing well, so is Atkins. Atkins, a long kick straight down the centre. He's looking for Osborne, almost a mark. Osborne with pace, look at him go. Richard Osborne onto the left boot. Oh, that's a mark. Peter Reynolds a goal. Bulldogs in front. Keenan Reynolds has kicked free, and I think that Gerard the first time they've hit the lead.
It is, Pete, and not surprisingly, Atkins on his own, getting the ball down. Great individual performance here by Richard Osborne, but it was Lee Colbert that just misjudged it. I thought he could have, perhaps that was a bit harsh on the replay. Better judgment there by Keenan Reynolds, who was in the best position. And it is difficult to make a case for Geelong.
So the Dogs hit the front for the first time. Look at the determination on the face of Barry Stanfield. Who can win it out of the centre? Bairstow. The Cats looking for the quick reply. And Minch gives a slight nudge and then takes the mark.
Well, it's a good move to have the two big guys across half forward. That's the structure that's worked best for Geelong since their turnaround in form midway through the season. They pushed Minch into the back line in the third quarter.
He kicked two in the second term, and he's hit the woodwork.
Well, that's two goes forward for Geelong in the first couple of minutes. It should have resulted in goals.
Footscray had one for a goal, so telling. But a long way to go in this final term.
Well, Steve Credihook, he's kept battling away. Ablett kicked 5 in the first term. He's now got 6. He did miss a couple of sitters. And here's the ball, Hocking at half forward. He's not fit. He's still battling hard. There's Bairstow and Southern. Southern almost threw that away. And eventually Atkins takes it over the line. Gee, Atkins has had a big influence on this game, Gerard.
Yes, well, they were struggling in the midfield, Footscray, and they put in their best attacker in that area, and he has got plenty of possessions.
Stanfield and Barnes. Johnny Barnes, former Essendon player, brings it in towards the pocket. Ablett was there, but it's taken away by Mark Hunter onto the left boot. And he's quite happy to see it roll over the line.
Pretty fortuitous, actually, because it was a shocking piece of defensive work. He just threw that ball onto the boot, hoping for the best.
The Dogs by 2 points. Barnes in front again, tries to pluck it out. Tudor belts it down inside 50. Here's a chance for David Minch. Tucked in the boundary line. He slips as he takes his kick. Shane Brewer is there. Minch keeps it in play once again. Brewer fighting for it, so too Tudor. They almost interrupt each other. Ablett! One behind.
It had to be a throw against Barnes, surely.
1 point the margin.
Footscray have done pretty well from the kick-ins. This is Rowan Smith. Oh, there's a loose man way out on centre wing, 100 metres away. It's Scott West, but he's kicking long this time. Oh, good mark, Barry Stanfield. He actually didn't pay the mark. He paid the free kick in the finish. Barry Stanfield brings it in towards half forward. Simon Atkins at the back. Disciplined play by Atkins. Ends up with the ball, and he deserved it too. Riccardi gone out of the game a bit. Tanner trying to get it back to Riccardi. It was a bad hand pass, but Riccardi's got the pace. Johnson after him. Free kick Riccardi holding the man.
He's on the outer wing.
Geelong need plenty from Peter Riccardi. They've got to get some attack through their wings because, as we all know, they are struggling in the midfield area with that half-fit Gary Hocking. All counts off the ground. and he has had a good season, but they want more from him in this final quarter. Wills gets it across to Hickmott from a standing start. He pumps it high. Brownless comes back over the top. Has a slice of the behind post. The point is registered.
But to see Steve Wallace even made a contest of that, that's the main thing.
Scores level again. Hunter, look out. Ablett in strongly. The ball spills free. Here's an opportunity now as Billy arcs round and chips away, but it's not a good pass. Southern couldn't take it away, however. Picked up eventually by Crop, and the Dogs get out of trouble. Back towards centre wing. O'Reilly comes over the top, and an effective spoil on Chris Grant. Sees the ball go over the line.
He's a good spoiler, O'Reilly. Terrific puncher of the ball. He's had a good game. So, centre wing, Barnes and Stanfield. Atkins is there. Stanfield again gets his boot to it. Oh, Wills. A one-handed mark. Andrew Wills at half-back. A real slips catch. Have a look at this for skill.
Ablett-esque.
Off he goes. Oh, an ordinary kick by Wills. Tudor. McCarty. It was Colbert, in fact, who gave it to him. Ablett. And Peniel, oh, poor bounce. Hickmott a chance. Under the right foot. Ball is along.
It's amazing what you can see on the roads, and sometimes what you can't see. But Sunday on 7's Must See, you'll meet the guys who are really lost in space at 7:30 police camera action. Then on Third Rock from the Sun.
Mary, all right, it's mine!
At 8 o'clock.
You look lovely this evening. Oh, we'll sit. No, we can't. This here. We can. I measured.
Third Rock on 7's Must See Sunday.
When Mick Doohan's not flying around the world's racetracks, he's flying Qantas, the airline with a frequent flyer program as international as he is.
You can only do that in a van you can walk through. The Mitsubishi Express walk-through van.
What'll it be, stranger?
I'm a-looking for some gold.
Well, you've come to the right place. We've got West End Gold. It's a brand new mid-strength brew. For $23.49, it's as good as gold. And you can sip and save on Macallan Scotch whiskey at just $19.99. And Barossa brandy, fine and dandy, $16.99.
Why, they're damn fine nuggets you got there. The gold, that is.
Get into running, walking or aerobics at Joggers World Giant Stock Liquidation Sale. Asics DS Trainer 96 model were $150, now only $99. Adidas Lexicon Extra were $120, now they go for just $79. And for the little athletes, Nike Zoom Waffles for just $49. Plus there's running tops for a lowly $19 and t-shirts down to $15. Joggers World has a scoop purchase of closing down stock from another Adelaide store. All stock must go. Joggers World Giant Stock Liquidation Sale. 123 Perry Street, City.
153? Thanks, I'll think about it.
Come and see a pro at ProFix.
89, hey?
And that's with oil, new filter, top-up fluids, 4 plugs, timing and labour.
What? All for $89?
Yep, a major service and tune from $89.
Compare a ProFix service. Compare a ProFix price.
Normally it's the tube or the muffler, seldom both.
And take this sound advice.
Yeah, come and see a pro at ProFix.
I'll be back about 4. Okay.
Here, guys. Here's the dinosaur. There's a lot
Hi, everything okay? No problem.
With Solver Maxi Wash, problem solved.
How does a $3.25 breakfast at McDonald's sound? You get a bacon and egg McMuffin with a hash brown and a coffee. At $3.25, a McDonald's breakfast has never sounded better.
The seesawing struggle continues. Barnes bashes it out of the middle. Hocking running with the football is down to the 50-metre line. Off to Brownless, who finds a bit of space. They're running now. Riccardi, you'll have to kick with the right boot. He does. A floaty kick towards Ablett and pushed over for one behind.
They're fighting grimly, Geelong, and there's one of their key players that's missing, Paul Couch. Waddling along the boundary line. I'm sure he'd like to get back out there.
They lead by 7 points. Matthew Croft, playing in his 23rd game, kicks towards centre wing. Tanner didn't fly, but Mitch went with the flight of the ball and took an excellent mark.
What a great mark that was. He's lifted.
So the big youngster goes from the centre wing and he tumbles a wobbly old punt towards Ablett. Croft leaves it for Johnson. Brownless wants a free kick. He's not going to get it though, Billy. Which way is this bounce going to go? Maybe with Atkins. Hickmott takes him out.
Free kick, Atkins.
Yeah. Simon Atkins. 11 kicks and 5 hand passes to half forward. Attempted soccer off the ground goes nowhere. Pushed wide eventually by Nigel Kellett. He's quick. Into the pocket, Leon Cameron, the little wizard. Gets it back again. They're deep into their forward zone. Over the top. West couldn't take the mark, but he recovers. Look at the battle for it. Osmond! What a goal, Aussie! Oh, what a thriller.
Yes, and once again, I think it's going to be missed opportunities for Geelong. You see Cameron bringing that ball back into play. He actually has been taken out of the game by Tanner. And Osborne, who's also been a little bit quiet, gets his name on the scoreboard.
Geelong by a point as the ball goes forward towards Billy Brownless. Here's Mark Bairstow. Ablett and Crediuk. Oh, is that deliberate? Is that deliberate? No. Ablett thought it was. Crediuk took a big, big chance.
Well, they've got to kick some goals here now, Geelong. They've had the ball down there 8 times this quarter for only 1 goal, I think it is.
Minch. Oh, Wallace nearly had his head knocked off. Geez, a good player, Stephen Wallace. When it gets tough, you'll see Steve Wallace in there doing well for his club. He's terrific, Wallace. A wobbly kick, dangerous one. He's found Stephen Crediuk.
Crediuk plays on. This is Hunter. Towards centre wing. Colbert spoils from behind. But well done by Reynolds to kick over the wing, up towards half forward. Brownless in trouble. And taken over the line, but taken high. Billy, you've got a free kick. 6 kicks for the night. Goes up towards half forward. Hickmott's got to beat a couple, and Danny Southern comes over the top. Excellent mark. Geelong by a point. Brownless in from the side. Couldn't take it, but it's the first to recover. Then loses it.
Well, in the first quarter, Sandy, we thought we were in for a boil over, a one-sided game. Just look at Malcolm Blight and Bruce Nankervis. He's worried, Malcolm, as you can see, but we're having a great contest now. Geelong by a point, the ball on centre wing. Stanfield and Barnes. Barnes taps it down. Liam Pickering. Is that holding the ball? No, it's held to him. Footscray players arguing with the umpire.
Well, they both had a piece of the action, it appeared from here. Atkins had a couple of hands on it as well.
Again, we see the ruck contest. Barnes wins that one. Atkins working well with Stanfield. Stanfield's been terrific. Well done by Atkins. Taken by Steve Hocking. Puts it across the ground. Good play by Johnson. Great play, Brad Johnson.
Oh, gee, that was good on Riccardi. Riccardi, though, ends up with the ball, and Peter Riccardi with a long hand pass looks for Gary Hocking, who's obviously hampered by injury.
Shepherding sees him clear, however. He bounced his way down to right half forward. He's almost at 50. Woodder goes in towards the big guns at full forward. Hickmott waits down. He's in trouble, and he gives it away. They're out of trouble again, Footscray. It's Simon Atkins who takes it, gets his kick just in time, kicks towards half forward. Osborne comes steaming out. O'Reilly can't take the mark. Kellett goes in strongly, and he shows dash, but he gets caught. Football spills free. Riccardi somehow gets clear and kicks back towards Brewer in the centre.
Geelong need their forwards to lead. They're all waiting back trying to take mark of the year, and it won't happen at this late stage of the game.
Mensch has got to beat a couple here. Hunter. Mensch has given away a free kick. An advantage is paid. Well, they stop.
Shocking.
Finally, advantage is paid to the boos of the crowd, and Matthew Croft kicks towards half forward, but only as far as Stephen O'Reilly.
This bloke is a great fullback. A very, very good fullback, this fella. As we see Luke Beveridge getting some treatment now. He chips it in short, and he finds Lee Tudor, the former North Melbourne player. Brings it wide to Hickmott. Hickmott wanting to play on. Oh, he's got himself into trouble. Gets
Look out.
Hand pass. Oh, Colbert. They're going in very, very hard, Footscray. Here's a turnover, though, as Brewer receives from Bairstow. In towards Brownless and Ablett. Billy Brownless has taken a mark. There's a Billy let out from the square there, and that's what's been lacking. Ablett hasn't been leading since early in the first quarter. And Billy now has given them that option. It was a great kick and an excellent mark under severe pressure. Well, that's his third mark for the game, so Southern has done very, very well. Billy Brownless has yet to score a goal. The Cats could do with this. He's a good kick. It's a beautiful kick. It's a goal.
Monday on 7, from the blockbuster movie comes FX The Series.
How can I save your life?
I need you to make me a man.
Australia's Cameron Daddo stars as the movie's master of make-believe.
Impossible is not a word in Raleigh Tyler's vocabulary.
An expert of deception, illusion and special effects. And he's going to need every trick he knows just to stay alive.
You set me up for murder.
From the producers of RoboCop and MacGyver, the movie-length premiere Monday 8:30 and FX The Series starts Wednesday on 7.
Dear fellow footy fans, I am deeply, deeply sorry. Although he fought back courageously from injury, Wayne Carey is not playing in today's grand final, and it's all my fault. It was my Ruboy theorem that cast Wayne into the public spotlight, and we all know what happens to kangaroos that get caught in spotlights. I feel your pain, Wayne. Yours, apologetically, Ewan McCormick.
UltraTune's in tune with you and your car. In fact, 98% of our customers were satisfied or extremely satisfied with UltraTune's service and repairs in responses to a recent survey of RAA-approved mechanical repairer customers. And the other 2%? Well, we're working on it. UltraTune, in tune with you and your car. 15 locations, all endorsed by the RAA.
I hit 500,000 coming down the Northern Highway. Just then I was pulled up by a flagman doing some roadworks. I thought, oh, geez, I've been for a long wait here, but he waved me through. I couldn't figure whether it was the 1 ton of fresh pig manure out in the back, the hot northerly wind blowing in his direction, whether he just liked to look at my face.
Must have been his face.
The bikes are back at Phillip Island on October the 3rd. The world's best riders have gathered once again at the place where it all started. GP stars Doohan, Beattie, McCoy, Biaggi and Rossi. Plus international stunt riders and drag bikes will be doing their stuff on one of the greatest bike circuits on the planet. So head down to the island on October 5 to see 3 Grand Prix in a day for only $50. Tickets from Ticketmaster. The bikes are back. Don't miss them.
Let it rock. 18 reasons to crank it up from ZZ Top. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Ben Dockers, George Thorogood, George's Satellites and more. Let it rock. Play it loud.
You can get it rolling. You can get it golden. You can get it feeding a fire.
A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter. It can come at any time, dishing up chow or showing them how. Matter of fact, I got it now. Vic Bitter.
Malcolm Blight, Gary Ayres, a great finals champion himself, Ayres for Hawthorn, former captain. Now, here's Watts, a quick kick. They need someone to kick a goal here. Here's O'Reilly. He's solid as a rock. Pickering, Bairstow. Bairstow kicks it out of the danger zone. Tanner is there with Smith. Oh, here's the loose ball with Lee Tudor. Off they go, the Cats. Tudor to half-forward, a one-on-one contest. Oh, Hickbox dropped the mark. Wallace caught. Play on, calls the umpire. Applin, goal number 7, no. Billy Brownless flies. And he's marked.
Gee, Southern had that first up, didn't he?
Well, Southern claiming he touched it. Billy Brownless, oh, he doesn't like it, Dennis. He's kicked it in short, and he's found Applin 25 metres from goal on a 45-degree angle.
Let's have a look at Billy's attempted mark here.
Oh, yes. Yeah, straight off the hands of Southern, that one. And that's what Denny Southern was trying to tell the umpire. So Ablett has kicked 6, and one would think if he kicks this...
No, certainly, the way he's been kicking a goal tonight.
If he kicks this, it'll be very difficult for Footscray. Ablett, oh, sneaks it in, I feel. No, missed it. Oh, boy, I knew he'd hooked it. I would have started the swing, but he knows he missed it. Oh, that could be costly, that one.
Fancy Gary Ablett, who kicked 5 goals in the first quarter. Missing shots like that hasn't been the first time. Would have missed 3 or 4. He should have converted. A couple in this quarter.
Margin is 8 points. And we have 5.5 minutes remaining. Barnes with a mighty belt.
That is just classic rough play in the last quarter when it counts, just to smash it back into your attacking zone.
It's as good as a kick, that.
Yeah. Here he goes again, up against Stanfield. Pushed towards goal, but cut off by Liberatore. Under pressure, it's a rainmaker. Shane Brewer floats over the top, but loses the football. Libber again. No one able to get it clear. Pickering makes sure it's locked up with Steve Wallace at the bottom of the pack. And another bounce. Just in Geelong's attacking zone, they lead by 8 points. They've got under 5 minutes remaining.
By Barnes and Stanfield. Atkins had vital kick that one down towards half-forward. Scott West receives from Grant. They need a mark. They need a quick goal, the Bulldogs. Tanner gets it back to Hinkley. Oh, done by Steve Hocking. Simon Atkins. Quick kick. And it's forced through for 1 behind to the Bulldogs. Steve Hocking flicked it over. It could have been costly. So the mark difference now 7 points in favour of the Cats.
And a chance here for Gary Hocking. But well done by Grant to get there and steal it from him. Goes into the middle and Liberatore. Is this the thrust they need? The camera, who marks unattended. Oh, he's got Osborne in the square. He finds him. Aussie should go. No, it's straight up and down. Still in the square. Bairstow tries to clear. Tanner is there also, but they lock it up. Well, the opportunities for both sides, but the pressure intense.
Oh, it should have been a mark that Osborne should have taken that one. I know the bloke was coming at him, but...
A cliffhanger. An absolute cliffhanger. And what a day to get the 94 final series underway. Extra time in the North Hawthorn clash. And who knows, we may have the same here. Oh, and there's a Blake Knoll pushing the back of Grant himself.
can only think he tripped himself. Do you? I thought he got pushed in the back.
We'll have a look.
See. Oh, in the back. Come on. Jared,
I can see, Pete. I can see you. It's bound out of your greater judgment.
Well, a very important kick. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Ideally, they've got to kick 2 goals. They trail by 7 points at the moment. Grant starts it way left. In fact, it's just going to drop into the square and chop it through to one behind.
Hit the post.
Yes, Osborne could have almost pinched a goal on that occasion, but fortunately the woodwork got in the way.
Well, that's a good point for Footscray, because it's now 6 points as Hinkley is injured. 6 points the margin with just under 3 minutes left.
So extra time is looking a possibility.
Oh, how would that be? The second one in the day, and Hinkley's injured, as we just said. Now, Paul Brown going to kick long. He's not mucking around with this one. Simon Atkins got a couple of each, but Johnny Barnes is floating across the front.
Well, you'd think Geelong would have to bring Paul Couch back onto the ground.
Well, maybe he's got concussion, because it's amazing they haven't brought him back on. We see John Barnes in a fine acquisition over the back. And there he is again, whenever the pressure's on Steve Wallace. He's a good player as he transfers play and finds Croft. They've got to kick it long. Oh, well, that's a good pass there to Grant. Now they've got to belt it in long, I think. No, they're going short again, Osborne. Now, you couldn't give it to a better man to have this kick, because he is a very, very long kick of a football, Richard Osborne. Now, if Couch is warming up, as Osborne kicks for goal, if he kicks it, scores a level with 2 minutes of play left. Richard Osborne kicks it out to the right, and I think it stays out there. It does, but still the margin now 5 points, and when the kick-in takes place, there's Paul Couch. It'll still be in Footscray's attacking